In the quiet corners of his seemingly ordinary life, 27-year-old James Biela had successfully concealed his dark and deeply perverse desires. But as he stood in the interrogation room accused of doing the unthinkable, his girlfriend desperately pleads for the truth, and soon the unsettling reality would come to light. In the vibrant city of Reno, Nevada, a community would be shaken to its core when in 2008, a 19-year-old college student, Brianna Denison, mysteriously vanishes from her friend's home in the middle of the night after a party, with no signs of forced entry or signs of a struggle inside the home. Investigators were left perplexed by her disappearance. It wouldn't take long before news of Brianna's disappearance quickly spread throughout Reno, adorning the city with flyers and rallying search parties in a desperate attempt to find her. But what began as a case of a missing girl would end with a heartbreaking discovery and a chilling murder. Brianna Denison was born on March 29, 1988, to parents Jeff and Bridget Denison. Known for her infectious smile and captivating blue eyes, she spent most of her childhood in Reno and in her mother's hometown of Mendocino, California. Brianna's adventurous spirit led her to explore diverse cultures and countries, traveling to places like Hawaii, New York, Mexico, Jamaica, Japan, Italy, Egypt, Hungary, Austria, and France. She even spent a transformative year abroad with her family in Rome. Surrounded by the beauty of the Sierra Nevada mountains and her beloved family, Brianna's life was full of joy and promise. She would graduate from Reno High School in 2006 before pursuing a major in child psychology at Santa Barbara City College in California. With so many dreams and aspirations, Brianna had a bright future ahead of her. Tragically, that bright future would soon be senselessly cut short. Brianna's life took a devastating turn when she returned to Reno, Nevada for winter break in 2008. She and her friends had eagerly participated in the festivities organized by Summer Winter Action Tours LLC, a renowned travel agency catering to students. Among these events was the Martin Luther King Jr. Weekend in Reno, a gathering she had previously attended. On the fateful day of January 20th, 2008, Brianna was last seen at her friend's residence near the University of Nevada campus at approximately 4 a.m. This particular house, located on McKay Court in Reno, provided her temporary accommodation following a lively party at the Sands Regency on North Arlington Avenue. The night had been full of laughter and fun, seemingly devoid of any trouble. However, when Brianna's friend KT Hunter woke up around 9 a.m. that morning, a wave of unease washed over them when they discovered that Brianna was inexplicably missing. A small blood stain found on the pillow Brianna used to sleep with that night prompted her friend to alert Brianna's parents and local authorities, sensing that something was terribly wrong. Brianna's shoes, cell phone, and purse were all left at the house, leading authorities to believe that she was barefoot, wearing only sweats and a white tank top. Investigators were faced with a puzzling scene, devoid of any signs of struggle or forced entry. However, as they meticulously examined the evidence, a disturbing conclusion began to take shape. They confirmed that the blood found on Brianna's pillow was her own, and they were also able to find touch DNA belonging to an unidentified male on the doorknob of the house. Investigators realized that Brianna's disappearance was not voluntary, but rather a chilling abduction. Detectives began to sweep the University of Nevada, Reno area in search of Brianna Denison. The FBI joined local authorities in search efforts. As panic and despair consumed Brianna's loved ones, her disappearance ignited an urgent search effort that engaged the community, law enforcement, and volunteers alike. The collective hope was that Brianna would be found unharmed. As the community of Reno came together to search for Brianna, investigators delved deeper into the case, unearthing increasingly unsettling revelations. They learned that male DNA discovered on the couch where Brianna was sleeping the night she disappeared was linked to 2 prior sexually motivated assaults in the same area the previous year. The first involved the rape of a University of Nevada, Reno student in a parking garage. followed by another distressing incident where a UNR student was abducted from her apartment and subjected to sexual assault. The disturbing truth dawned on the investigators. There was an unidentified serial rapist at large, preying on victims in the same area. Despite the tireless efforts and unwavering determination, the search for Brianna ended in tragedy. 25 agonizing days after her abduction, on February 15, 2008, Brianna Denison's lifeless body was discovered in a desolate field near a Reno business park. A man was returning from his lunch break when he noticed bright orange-colored fabric among a pile of tree limbs in a ditch. When he approached what he believed initially to be a mannequin, he discovered that it was the body of a woman in neon orange socks. An autopsy confirmed that it was the body of 19-year-old Brianna Denison. The heinous crime sent shockwaves through the city, and an atmosphere of fear gripped the community. The sense of unease after Brianna's body was discovered prompted a significant surge in the sales of self-defense items like handguns, stun guns, and pepper spray in the area as people sought to protect themselves. Assisted by the cooperation of prior victims, law enforcement successfully crafted a composite sketch of the individual they believed to be responsible for Brianna's murder. This likeness was shared with the public. At the crime scene near Brianna's body, investigators also discovered underwear with both the perpetrator's DNA and that of an unidentified female. The distinctive pair of women's thong-style underwear did not belong to Brianna. The police encouraged the community's involvement, asking anyone who recognized the clothing item to come forward. On November 25, 2008, authorities apprehended James Michael Biela, a 27-year-old ex-Marine and pipe fitter from Sparks, Nevada, while he was dropping off his child at daycare. Despite appearing as an ordinary individual living with his girlfriend and their 4-year-old son, Biela concealed a sinister past. While perceived by neighbors as a regular guy with a stable job and occasional involvement in martial arts, a darker side lurked beneath the surface. With a quick temper and a reputation for bullying, Biela had a prior interest in 2001 for drunkenly wielding a knife and threatening his former girlfriend's neighbor. Unbeknownst to those who knew him, he had been carrying out a series of sexual assaults in the area that would culminate in cold-blooded murder. The day following his arrest, the Reno Police Department confirmed the match between the DNA collected from Biela and the DNA discovered at the crime scene. Furthermore, it came to light that Biela's girlfriend had confided in a friend, disclosing that she had found thong-style underwear in his truck. As the police sketch of the subject, along with the description of the truck and the clothing item found at the scene, began circulating, the friend took action and submitted a tip to Secret Witness. Acting upon the tip, law enforcement questioned Biela. However, when he declined to provide a DNA sample, the police turned to Biela's girlfriend, who granted permission for them to obtain a DNA sample from their 4-year-old son. The subsequent DNA analysis revealed a direct familial connection to the DNA found at the crime scene, providing the police with sufficient evidence to make an arrest. On May 27, 2010, James Michael Biela was found guilty of the abduction, sexual assault, and murder of Brianna Denison. After a 9-hour deliberation, the jury rendered a verdict of guilty on all counts. The community, battered by grief, found solace in the fact that justice had been served. The defense highlighted Biela's troubled upbringing, arguing that he grew up in a poor and abusive household where his alcoholic father routinely beat his mother and the children. But the jurors remained unmoved, and James Biela was sentenced to death, a punishment befitting the heinous nature of his crimes. On July 30, 2010, Biela received an additional 4 life sentences on multiple accounts of rape and kidnapping related to previous attacks. Over the years, Biela's appeals have been denied. Brianna Denison's untimely death left an undeniable mark on Reno. Her family, determined to transform tragedy into triumph, channeled their grief into advocacy and awareness. The Bring Bree Back Foundation was established to support victims of sexual assault and their families. Brianna's law was passed in Nevada, mandating the collection of DNA from anyone arrested on a felony charge, a significant step in preventing future crimes and bringing perpetrators to justice. As the years have passed, Brianna's friends, family, and the community that embraced her vibrant spirit have ensured that she will never be forgotten.